Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First. 25% off USA First. Go now. I'm back. Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show. Let's talk about that dumpster fire known as Halloween Ends. Once again, you can go to our videos and you'll find my spoiler review. It's 30 minutes long. I said in the review, the first hour and 24 minutes was a 1 out of 10. I enjoyed the last 25 minutes. I'm not going to lie. I did. I thought it was a good last 25 minutes. But in the end, I got a very, very mediocre, maybe even slightly below mediocre. I watched it again, and it did not fare as well on the second viewing as it did the first viewing for me. Now, I did watch the ending twice before I did a review, but I watched it again on through. And we're not talking about a movie that's bad on the Last Jedi-like level, but it's pretty damn bad, and it was reflected in the box office. Also, I want to shine some light on a review from the guys over at Outkick. That's a source we tend to use a lot on the sports channel. But they did review this film, and David Hookstead over there called it the worst film ever made. And I find that very funny, and that is going to be Michael Myers' true demise in this, okay? Look, Halloween movies, slasher movies, they tend to drop somewhere between 68 and 75% in their second weekend, and this movie was originally projected to make $55 million. Instead, it's not going to, okay? It's not going to make $55 million. Those numbers have already come in, and it only made $41 million. So, right off the bat, you're coming in 14 million light. Not good. Not good. Now they're coming out and saying the budget's actually not $30 million, it's $33 million. It made another 17, from international, and yeah, it will eventually turn a profit. But it's still sitting with terrible word of mouth. The cinema score on it is a C+. And it's got a 57% audience Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't care about the critics, but the critics hated it too. I mean, they actually tried something different, and the critics normally love it anytime that a franchise wrecks what fans actually want. The critics normally jump all over that. Well, they didn't. Instead, it's getting destroyed by the critics. So, and the sad part is, this is Jamie Lee Curtis's and / Laurie Strode's last hurrah against Michael Myers. We know the character itself will be back. They will turn around. They'll reboot it again, and we'll see what happens again. I want to read this review from David Hookstead, though. This is the new Halloween movie the worst movie ever made? Halloween Ends might be the worst movie made in a very long time. The highly anticipated third installment in the latest Halloween saga with Jamie Lee Curtis promised fans a crazy conclusion to the story of Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. After all, we're talking about storylines that started more than 4 decades ago in 1978. The hype couldn't have been higher for Halloween Ends. Well, I'm here to tell you that the latest movie in the Halloween saga is pretty much unwatchable. Wow. Halloween Ends is in the running for the worst movie ever made. I'll be honest, when I say that, the only reason I didn't turn off Halloween Ends is because I was stuck on a plane with nothing better to do. If someone says the only reason they watched the movie is because they literally couldn't leave and had no other options, you know it's bad. As for what makes Halloween Ends so unbelievably cringe and unwatchable, actually it's pretty simple. It's not really a Halloween movie. Amen. Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it as Laurie Strode. Michael Myers still exists, but that's where the similarities end and begin and end. The plot of the new Halloween movie is comically bad. The new movie revolves around Strode's granddaughter falling in love with a new killer, Corey Cunningham, who once accidentally killed a kid when he was babysitting. How did he turn into a killer? Michael Myers touched him and looked him into his eyes. You know, I mean, it's really terrible. I really, and my first thought was literally when he grabbed him by the neck and he looked in his eyes, he started doing that flash. I was like, you better kill his ass. That's all I was thinking. Dude, you better kill him. Michael, kill him. Kill him, Michael. No, he didn't. Oh, so that character continued. How did he turn into a killer? Michael Myers touched him, looked into his eyes. It's so dumb, it's hard to believe it's real. From there, the viewers watched Cunningham carry out a bunch of boring kills. The kills were not good in this movie. They weren't. I mean, we had that one radio station kill that was pretty good, but outside of that, it was very tame on the gore level. Very. Boring kills with Myers making an appearance every once in a while. Calling this a film about Michael Myers is simply false advertising. That's it. That's going in my title. I'm not a lawyer, but it might be straight fraud. I said this the other day. That video I did Saturday, and when I talked about the box office and the Rotten Tomato score, I said, look, some people could claim here false advertising, okay? In the trailer, false advertising. I mean, it's really that bad. I seriously wonder if Danny McBride and David Gordon Green's way of giving the studios and fans a massive middle finger. We were promised a Michael Myers, Laurie Strode film, and instead we got something completely different with Halloween Ends. It's boring, makes no sense, and doesn't follow any of the original stuff fans have invested in for more than 40 years. It's just shockingly bad. As my friend texted me Saturday after watching it, he said, I'd be legit pissed if I paid for this in the theater. I agree 100%. Do yourself a huge favor. Don't spend 1 second watching Halloween Ends. It's unbearable. Watching paint dry or gouging your eyes out would both be better options. Much better options. Good job, David Hookstead. I was glad when he came over to Outkick because I'd been following him over at the Daily Caller. So anyway, that's just sort of a glance. I mean, I understand his pain. I'm like, this is supposed to be the epic conclusion of Laurie Strode, and this is what we got? Are you shitting me right now? I couldn't believe it. I mean, this has been a bad movie year for me. My favorite comic book character is Batman. I got a Batman movie that I absolutely loathe. And then I'm a huge slasher fan. Michael Myers is my second favorite slasher behind only Jason Voorhees. And I got this big, steaming, heaping pile of donkey shit. Wow. By the way, John Matrixx said this. He said his official review was, this is trash. It's trash, all right. This is not going to make nearly the money they thought it was going to. I mean, this is... They released it on Peacock. That backfired. The mainstream media is trying to cover for the tracks of Halloween not opening as well as they projected. I mean, $14 million down is a lot of money for a horror movie to not come in and hit, especially when you got a movie like Smile out there that's currently overperforming with very good word of mouth, and I hope to watch that and do a review on it. There's another one I want to see, Black Phone, that looks like it's good. So I need to check that out too. Tell me what you think, Matrixx and Roadshow fans. The worst movie ever made. I don't know about that. I've definitely seen worse movies. The Last Jedi was a worse movie. That original cut of the Justice League was a worse movie. Boy, this is pretty damn bad, though. It is the first hour and 24 minutes of this movie is among the worst films I've ever seen. If it wasn't for that last 25 minutes, I mean, we're talking, we'd have been down in like 1 to 2 out of 10 territory for me on this thing. Wow. Just give the fans what they want. Oh my God. I saw Halloween 3 was trending on Twitter yesterday. Oh my God. He used the blue lettering from Halloween 3. Fuck Halloween 3. I mean, really? I don't want that. I want Michael Myers in the movie. That's the reason that I put Season of the Witch over in the same basket as A New Beginning, which is also the dog turd of all Friday the 13th films. Jesus Christmas. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.